Hi, I'm going to read a small chapter from Sarah's Key, and the author is Tatiana de Rosne. How long had they been here? The girl could not remember. She felt deadened and numbed. At one point she had been sick, bringing up bile, moaning in pain. She had felt her father's hand upon her, comforting her. The only thing she had in mind was her brother. She could not stop thinking about him. She could take the key from her pocket and kiss it feverishly, as if kissing his plump little cheeks, his curly hair. Some people had died here during the past days, and the girl had seen it all. She had seen women and men go mad in the stifling, stinking heat, and be beaten down and tied to stretchers. She had seen heart attacks and suicides and high fever. The girl had watched the bodies being carried out. She had never seen such horror. One morning, curt orders were shouted through loudspeakers. They were to take all of their belongings and gather near the entrance. In silence, she got up, groggy and faint. Her legs felt weak. They could hardly carry her. She helped her father haul her mother to her feet. They picked up their bags. The crowd shuffled slowly to the door. The girl noticed how everyone moved slowly, painfully. Even the children hobbled like old people. The girl wondered where they were going. Could they be going home at last? Was this the end? Was it over? Would she be able to go home and free her brother finally? They walked down the narrow street, the police ordering them on. The girl glanced at the strangers, watching them from windows, balconies, doors, and from the sidewalk. Most of them had empty, uncompassionate faces. They looked on, not saying a word. They didn't care, thought the girl. They didn't care what was being done to them, where they were being taken, or anything. One man laughed, pointing at them. He was holding a child by the hand. The child was laughing too. Why, thought the girl, why? Do we look funny with our stinking, wretched clothes? Is that why they're laughing? What is so funny? How could they laugh? How could they be so cruel? She wanted to spit at them, to scream at them. They were taken in the same town buses to a railway station overlooking the river. She didn't know which station it was. She had never been there before. She rarely left Paris. When she saw the train, she felt panic overcome her. No, she couldn't leave. She had to stay. She had to stay because of her brother. She had promised to come back to save him. She tugged on her father's sleeve, whispering her brother's name. Her father looked down at her. "There's nothing we can do," he said with a helpless finality. Nothing. She thought of the clever boy who had escaped, the one who had gotten away. Anger swept through her. Why was her father being so weak, so gutless? Did he not care about his son? Did he not care about his little boy? Why didn't he have the courage to run away? And could he not just stand there and be led into a train, like a sheep? How could he just stand there and not break away, and not run back to the apartment and the boy and to freedom? Why didn't he take the key from her and run away? Her father looked at her, and she knew he read all the thoughts in her head. He told her very calmly that they were in great danger. He did not know where they were being taken. He did not know what was going to happen to them. But he did know that if he tried to escape now, that he would be killed. Shot down instantly in front of her mother. And if that happened, that would be the end. She and her mother would be alone. He had to stay with them. He had to protect them. The girl listened. He had never used this voice with her before. It was the voice she had overheard during those worrying, secret conversations. She tried to understand. She tried not to let her face show her anguish, but her brother. It was her fault. She was the one who had told him to stay in the cupboard. It was all her fault. He could have been there with them now. He could have been here holding her very hand if it hadn't been for her.